Deputy Jax, would you just take a step back, please? Thank you. All right, record reflect that Mr. Simpson has both gloves. Yes. All right. Thank you, counsel.
The footage you have just seen is O.J. Simpson trying on the infamous leather glove found at the crime scene of the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend, Ronald Goldman. Delving into the intricate and controversial life of O.J. Simpson reveals a compelling narrative that transcends his celebrated career as a former professional football player. Widely acknowledged as one of the greatest running backs in NFL history, Simpson's trajectory took a dark and unexpected turn in 1994 when he faced accusations of murdering two people. The story that unfolded was later dubbed the "trial of the century," captivating the nation's attention. Simpson's defense team, led by high-profile attorney Johnny Cochran, faced off against the prosecution, featuring legal heavyweights Marcia Clark and Christopher Darden. The trial transformed into a media spectacle, attracting millions of viewers eager to witness the unfolding drama. As the prosecution built a compelling case, asserting Simpson's motive, means, and opportunity to commit the murders, the defense countered with doubts, notably highlighting the infamous glove that seemed to defy proper fit on Simpson's hand. In a stunning twist of fate, O.J. Simpson was acquitted of all charges in October 1995, sparking heated debates and speculation surrounding the influence of race, celebrity, and the intricacies of the legal system. Welcome to Insight Wave, the channel dedicated to investigating both solved and unsolved cases from around the world. If you haven't already, please take a moment to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest crime stories delivered directly to your inbox. Meet O.J. Simpson, or Orenthal James Simpson. He was born on July 9, 1947, in San Francisco, California. O.J. was raised in the Potrero Hill neighborhood of San Francisco. Potrero Hill is known for its diverse community and is characterized by its hilly terrain, offering scenic views of the city. During O.J.'s upbringing in the 1950s, Potrero Hill was a working-class neighborhood with a mix of residential and industrial areas. O.J. Simpson's parents were Eunice Durden and Jimmy Lee Simpson. O.J. grew up in a working-class family. His parents' marriage ended in 1952 when O.J. was just 5 years old. After the separation, O.J.'s mother, Eunice, worked as a hospital administrator. Jimmy Lee Simpson, O.J.'s father, held various jobs, including working as a chef and a bank custodian. O.J.'s father played a significant role in shaping his son's athletic interests and supported him throughout his early life. And while O.J. was well-liked and known for his athleticism, his academic performance wasn't stellar. His grades were decent but not strong enough to secure admission to a major university. As a result, he enrolled in the City College of San Francisco in 1965. O.J. Simpson continued to gain recognition for his outstanding athletic abilities. His prowess in football became evident during his time at the City College of San Francisco, where he played as a running back. O.J.'s exceptional talent on the field soon attracted the attention of major universities, and in 1967, he transferred to the University of Southern California, USC, to play for the Trojans. At USC, O.J. Simpson's football career reached new heights. He won the Heisman Trophy in 1968, solidifying his status as one of the most exceptional college football players. His achievements at USC set the stage for his future success in the National Football League, NFL. Off the field, O.J. Simpson's personal life was evolving. Before his first marriage, he experienced the challenges of balancing his rising football career with his personal relationships. This period marked the early stages of O.J.'s journey to becoming a sports icon, setting the foundation for the events that would unfold in his later life. On June 24, 1967, at age 19, O.J. Simpson married for the first time. His first wife was named Marguerite Whitley, and together they had 3 children, Arnell Simpson, Jason Simpson, and Aaron Simpson. Tragically, in 1979, O.J. experienced the heartbreaking loss of Aaron in a family pool accident. The loss deeply affected O.J. and Marguerite, contributing to the strain on their marriage. Despite efforts to reconcile, O.J. and Marguerite faced ongoing marital challenges, exacerbated by the profound grief over their daughter's death. The strain eventually led to their decision to divorce. Their divorce was finalized in 1979, although the exact month of their divorce is not readily available in public records. The loss of Aaron and the difficulties in their marriage marked a tumultuous period in O.J.'s life, impacting both his personal relationships and his public image. O.J. Simpson's fame skyrocketed primarily due to his exceptional athletic prowess, particularly in football. Renowned for his talent, O.J. rose to prominence as the star running back for the University of Southern California and later for the Buffalo Bills. Drafted in the first round in 1969, O.J. enjoyed a stellar career, becoming the NFL's second leading rusher of all time and earning induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1985. Beyond his achievements on the field, O.J. Simpson cultivated a devoted fan base, especially among women who admired his athletic prowess and striking appearance. His charisma and appeal extended beyond sports, leading to numerous opportunities in the world of entertainment and advertising. One of O.J.'s notable ventures post-football was his role as a spokesperson for Hertz Rental Car Company. His memorable commercials, featuring him sprinting through airports with suitcases in hand, became iconic and further solidified his status as a household name. In addition to his commercial success, O.J. dabbled in acting, albeit in modest roles. He notably appeared in the Naked Gun film trilogy, showcasing his versatility beyond the football field.
Nordberg! Hiya, buddy. Hey! Doc says I should be on my bean and as good as new in a week.
And back on the force.
Nordberg! That's wonderful. Whoa!
Oh, Frank. Everyone should have a friend like you.
Nordberg. Me. Frank. Your buddy.
O.J.'s insatiable desire for fame was evident throughout his life. Even before attaining widespread recognition, he expressed a fervent desire for notoriety. Described by acquaintances from his childhood as fiercely competitive and always striving to be first, O.J. relished the attention and adoration of fans. Whether posing for photographs or signing autographs, he reveled in the limelight, embodying the essence of celebrity in every sense of the word. In 1977, O.J. Simpson crossed paths with Nicole Brown at a nightclub called Daisy. It's worth noting that this encounter occurred while O.J. was still married to his previous wife. Despite the circumstances, O.J. and Nicole felt an instant connection, described by many as love at first sight. Nicole, born on May 19, 1959, in Frankfurt, West Germany, was cherished by her family. Known for her active, kind, and down-to-earth nature, Nicole was both spiritual and enjoyed the finer things in life. At the time of meeting O.J., she was just 18 years old, while O.J. was 30. Nicole shared an apartment with her friend David, with whom she had a close bond. Their first date left a lasting impression, but it wasn't without its warning signs. When Nicole returned home from the date, her torn pants raised concerns for David.
And her pants had been ripped, and I said, well, what happened? She said, well, he just was a little forceful and he ripped my pants. I said, you're kidding, why would you let him do that? I was kind of upset, and I said, I want to talk to him, I want to, and she goes, no, I think I like him.
Despite this, Nicole and O.J.'s love persevered, and they continued to date for a significant period before eventually deciding to tie the knot on February 2, 1980. Their wedding was a lavish affair, filled with joy and celebration.
I just want to say it was the happiest day of my life. It really was. And everybody said it would be, and it was.
Their union marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, but as their relationship progressed, challenges lay ahead that would test the strength of their bond in ways they never could have imagined. Their marriage, while filled with moments of joy, was also marred by difficulties. Despite the arrival of their children, Sydney on October 17, 1985, and Justin on August 6, 1988, O.J. and Nicole faced significant challenges in their relationship. Struggles and conflicts brewed beneath the surface, leading to tumultuous situations that strained their marriage for years. Nicole's family witnessed the ups and downs of their relationship, aware of the underlying issues that plagued the couple. While the details of these challenges will be explored later, it became evident to those close to them that their marriage was fraught with tension and discontent. In 1992, after years of attempting to salvage their relationship, Nicole made the difficult decision to end their marriage and filed for divorce. The decision marked the end of an era for the once happy couple, signaling the beginning of a new chapter fraught with legal battles, public scrutiny, and tragic events that would forever alter the course of their lives. June 12, 1994, started as an average day for Nicole Brown. She spent the day running errands, including shopping for flowers for her daughter Sydney's dance recital later that evening. The recital, scheduled for 4:30 p.m., was a significant event for the family. O.J. Simpson, though arriving late, made an appearance with flowers for Sydney and exchanged greetings with Nicole's family. However, tension between O.J. and Nicole was palpable, and Nicole made it clear she wanted nothing to do with him. After the recital concluded around 6:30 p.m., Nicole and her family, joined by Sydney's dance classmates, went to Mezzaluna, a restaurant in Brentwood, California, to celebrate. It was evident to O.J. that he was not welcome to join them for dinner, as Nicole's family made their feelings clear. Despite this, the evening continued, and the group later visited an ice cream shop for dessert. Around 9:30 p.m., Judy the Brown, Nicole's mother, realized she had left her glasses at the restaurant. She contacted Mezzaluna, and Ron Goldman, a waiter and a personal friend of Nicole's, volunteered to deliver the glasses to her house. Ron, known for his kind demeanor and strong ties to the community, had grown close to Nicole after meeting her about 6 weeks prior when he borrowed her Ferrari. Though their relationship was described as platonic, there were suspicions of Ron having feelings for Nicole. Regardless, he agreed to help out a friendship. As Ron left Mezzaluna around 9:50 p.m. with the glasses, O.J. and his friend Brian Cato were having dinner at McDonald's. They returned to O.J.'s house around 9:45 p.m. Meanwhile, around 10:55 p.m., Stephen Schwab encountered Nicole's dog, a large white Akita, sitting at the corner of Dorothy Street and Bundy Drive. Several neighbors reported hearing a dog barking, likely Nicole's, around 10:15 p.m. Stephen took the dog, named Sukru, to a neighbor's house.
Anything on it that you saw?
There was red spots on the dog.
And what did that red spots look like? Those red spots look like to you?
Blood. I've seen a body. It was a woman laying down horizontally all the way to the patch. There was a lot of blood.
What did you do?
I tell my wife that there is a dead person there, and we should call 911.
10 minutes after midnight, the peacefulness of the neighborhood was shattered. Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman lay in a horrifying scene outside Nicole's house, their bodies covered in blood. Nicole's lifeless body was found with her feet protruding underneath the wrought iron fence near the mailbox, while Ron lay a few feet away in a fetal position. The area was marked by a black beanie-like cap, an envelope containing glasses, bloody boot prints, and most notably, a leather glove. The tragic events unfolded mere meters away from where Nicole's children slept, unaware of the horror that had taken place just outside their home. They were quickly awakened by the arrival of law enforcement officers and removed from the scene. Meanwhile, O.J. Simpson had departed for Chicago at 11:45 p.m. He was in the city for business related to his work with Hertz Rental Car Company. By the time O.J. was formally informed of Nicole's death, he was already in Chicago. Despite the shock of the news, his immediate concern was to understand what had happened to the mother of his children. However, he was not questioned by detectives until about 12 hours after the murder, as at that point, he was not considered a suspect. Suspicion began to mount against O.J. when details of his actions the night before emerged. He had ordered a limo to take him to the airport, but the driver noticed an absence of cars and lights at O.J.'s residence when he arrived a little early. O.J. was seen entering his house around 10:56 p.m., but he later claimed he had been taking a shower and apologized for the delay. Despite this, he made his flight to Chicago at 11:45 p.m. In the days following the discovery of the bodies, the media frenzy intensified, with speculation swirling around O.J.'s possible involvement in the murders. The investigation would soon take a dramatic turn, leading to one of the most infamous criminal trials in American history. When the glove found at the crime scene was tested for DNA, the results revealed traces of O.J. Simpson's, Ron Goldman's, and Nicole Brown Simpson's DNA. Initially, few believed that O.J. could be involved in the murders. He was a beloved figure in the public eye, and many struggled to reconcile the idea that he could be capable of such a heinous act. Despite mounting evidence, O.J. enjoyed widespread public support, with many convinced that there must be an alternative explanation. However, suspicions against O.J. began to grow as investigators discovered a cut on his hand. This, coupled with other circumstantial evidence, led authorities to consider him a person of interest and eventually a prime suspect in the case. One controversial aspect of the investigation is the timing and manner in which law enforcement officers approached O.J. Simpson's residence. At 5 a.m., just hours after the bodies were discovered, officers arrived at O.J.'s house under the guise of informing him of his ex-wife's death. The defense team later argued that the officers' true motive was to incriminate O.J. from the outset. Upon arriving at O.J.'s house, they noticed his white Bronco parked outside, and Detective Mark Furman observed what appeared to be blood above the driver's side handle. Concerned that O.J. might flee, they entered the property to locate him. At 5:50 a.m., O.J.'s friend Cato Kalin, who was staying at the house, answered the door. He claimed that O.J. had been in bed in the guest house, speaking to his girlfriend on the phone, when he heard loud thumps on the wall. This encounter marked the beginning of a tumultuous series of events that would unravel over the coming days.
I said, I don't know if this is like a big thing, but I heard these thumps, these boom, 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 and the picture moved. And when the picture moved, I said, I think we just had an earthquake. It's back behind this wall, and that's where they found the glove.
Indeed, a crucial piece of evidence emerged from the investigation, a bloody leather glove discovered at the crime scene and another found at O.J. Simpson's house. The presence of such incriminating evidence raised questions about the logic of committing a murder and then retaining such damning items. By 6:30 a.m., investigators were tracing a trail of blood from O.J.'s car through his gate, around his house, and into his residence. Inside O.J.'s house, detectives found several drops of blood on the walkway and a bloody sock in his bedroom. As the evidence mounted, O.J.'s house was declared a crime scene, prompting a thorough search. The search revealed blood in O.J.'s Bronco, on his driveway, and in 2 of his bathrooms. Notably, the blood found in his Bronco matched that of Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson, while the blood on the sock matched Ron's. Moreover, the bloody glove discovered at O.J.'s house had blonde hairs on it, further implicating him in the murders. Ron Goldman's extensive defense wounds suggested a fierce struggle, indicating that he put up a significant fight against his attacker. The perpetrator was also expected to have cuts and scratches on their hands, yet O.J. only had one cut on his left hand. Furthermore, the amount of blood found in O.J.'s house raised questions about the nature of the crime. While there was blood present, it was not as abundant as one might expect from such a violent incident. Investigators retraced O.J.'s steps in an effort to locate the murder weapon, focusing on his travels to Chicago that night. The accumulating evidence pointed increasingly toward O.J. Simpson as the prime suspect in the murders.
Still refuse to discuss the case or reports of incriminating evidence that links O.J. Simpson to the murders. Today's Los Angeles Times reports blood found at the crime scene matches O.J. Simpson's blood type. And while millions of people share the same blood type, the finding could be instrumental in placing Simpson at the scene of the killing, since neither victim shared his blood type. Sophisticated DNA tests to determine if the blood matches Simpson's could take as long as 2 months to complete.
The day after the murders, Robert Kardashian was seen leaving O.J.'s house with a large suitcase, often referred to as a garment bag. Speculation arose about the contents of the bag, with many suspecting it could contain a weapon or crucial evidence related to the crime. Law enforcement officers were instructed not to interfere with the bag and to hand it over to the court intact. However, when the bag was presented in court, it appeared to be completely empty. Despite its appearance, many believed there was something concealed inside when Robert was bringing it outside, raising questions about its contents. Efforts were made to interview Robert Kardashian, who was closely associated with O.J. Simpson, to ascertain the bag's contents. However, as O.J.'s defense attorney, Kardashian was protected by attorney-client privilege, preventing authorities from compelling him to disclose any information related to the bag. In 1994, on a solemn day, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman were laid to rest, marking the end of a tumultuous chapter in their families' lives. The funeral services, held separately for each of them, were somber occasions filled with grief and reflection. Family members, friends, and loved ones gathered to pay their final respects on the day of their burial, offering prayers and words of comfort to those left behind.
Our top story at 4 o'clock, funeral services for the victims of a double murder. Both ceremonies were emotional farewells this afternoon, attended by hundreds of mourners. Out in Brentwood at Nicole Simpson's private service, many friends and family members embraced each other before entering a Catholic church that was filled to capacity. Meantime, Channel 4 News has learned that investigators are examining new key evidence that links O.J. Simpson to the crime.
O.J. Simpson's former attorney, Howard Weitzman, his current attorney, Bob Shapiro, former footballer Bob Chandler, among many, all greeted by O.J. Simpson's close friend and former teammate Al Cowley.
Approximately 5 days after the funerals of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, O.J. Simpson went on the run.
If you in any way are assisting Mr. Simpson in avoiding justice, Mr. Simpson is a fugitive of justice right now.
As O.J. Simpson prepared to flee from authorities, he left behind a note addressed to his close friend, Robert Kardashian. In the hastily penned message, O.J. expressed his appreciation for Kardashian's unwavering support and loyalty throughout the ordeal. He entrusted Kardashian with the task of delivering another note, this one intended for his children. The contents of the note were kept confidential, adding to the mystery surrounding O.J.'s sudden departure.
I had nothing to do with Nicole's murder. I loved her, always have, and always will. If we had a problem, it's because I loved her so much. Recently, we came to the understanding that for now, we were not right for each other, at least for now. Despite our love, we were different, and that's why we mutually agreed to go our separate ways. It was tough splitting for a second time, but we both knew it was for the best. Inside, I had no doubt that in the future, we would be close, friends, or more. I did not plead no contest for any other reason but to protect our privacy, and was advised it would end the press hype. I know you have a job to do, but as a last wish, please, 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 leave my children in peace. My mama taught me to do unto others. I treated people the way I wanted to be treated. All this press talk about a rocky relationship was no more than no more than what every long-term relationship experiences. At times, I have felt like a battered husband or boyfriend. Don't feel sorry for me. I've had a great life, great friends. Please think of the real OJ and not this lost person. Thanks for making my life special. I hope I helped yours.
Mr. Shapiro, can you tell us what, if anything, in addition to that letter, OJ might have said or did for you to express to us suicidal concerns?
From Tuesday on, he has been exceedingly depressed. He has been under doctor's care, medicated and sedated, and we have had a very real concern that this might be an avenue that he would choose.
Has there been any communication from him, whatever?
None.
At 6:50 p.m. that evening, O.J. Simpson was spotted inside his white Bronco, heightening the intensity of the unfolding events. As Simpson drove the vehicle, the sight of him behind the wheel added a dramatic element to the developing narrative, marking a pivotal moment in the gripping saga that was unfolding before the eyes of the nation.
And talk to him and hopefully have him just pull over. And right now I don't see the police doing anything real radical at this point, because right now there's nobody in danger.
This is AC. I have OJ in the car.
Okay, where are you?
Please, I'm coming up the 5 freeway.
Okay.
Right now we are okay, but you gotta tell the police to just back off. He's still alive, but he got a gun to his head. Just want to see his mother. Let me get into the house.
Okay, hold on a moment. And what's your name?
My name is AC. You know who I am, goddammit.
Okay.
Just let me get to my house.
Okay, we're gonna do that.
I swear to you, I'll give you I'll give you me. I'll give you my whole body.
Okay.
I just need to get to my house.
Okay.
Live with Nicole.
We're gonna do that. Just throw the gun out the window.
I can't do that.
We're not gonna bother you. We're gonna let you go up there. Just throw it out the window, please. You're scaring everybody.
Staying atop this scene with you all day and all night, as we always do at CNN, and we have now received a report from Craig Lamont. We have Greg Lamont on the phone with us. Greg, can you now confirm that O.J. Simpson is arrested?
Yes, sir. He is in custody over a very, what seemed like long, dramatic moment. I was fortunate enough to be listening to a very sophisticated police scanner via a local radio station. I was listening to the police officers talking back and forth with one another. There was a moment of silence, and then all of a sudden the officer said, "We have a code 4, which means they have their man in custody." This all happened just moments ago. It's been a very dramatic and topsy-turvy day, and it's certainly been an emotional one.
What a day.
What a day.
Greg, thank you for terrific reporting all day long.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of our people associated with our affiliates in Los Angeles at Channels 5 and 11, Greg Lamont and the rest of the journalists who covered this all day long, and to our aerial views that carried us with Al Cowlings and O.J. Simpson through 2 counties, through his home, and finally to arrest tonight in Los Angeles.
After a tense standoff, authorities ultimately decided to allow O.J. Simpson to return to his house, but not without pleading for him to discard the gun. To their relief, he complied, tossing the weapon out of the car window. Meanwhile, crowds of people had gathered along the streets, brandishing signs in support of Simpson. Many fervently believed in his innocence, unaware of the mounting evidence against him. Even as the trial progressed, a significant portion of the public remained steadfast in their support for him. However, opinions have since shifted, with widespread belief in his guilt prevailing. Nonetheless, during the chase, the outpouring of support for Simpson was palpable, reflecting a deep-rooted disbelief among many that he could be capable of such a crime. The pursuit lasted over 2 hours before O.J. finally arrived back at his house. As he pulled up, his son Jason, from his previous marriage, rushed out, appearing to be in distress. Police officers intervened, pulling Jason away from the scene. It was at this moment that negotiations with O.J. began in earnest. On June 22, 1994, O.J. Simpson was formally arraigned in the Elisa court. Stay tuned for Part 2, where we delve into the riveting trial proceedings.